And welcome to the next episode of License Your Invention with David Fedewa. I'm your host, David Fedewa, and I'm here to help you license your product. And I wanted to go over 2020 passive income ideas. I know there's a lot of things floating out there on the internet, but I wanted to talk about passive income ideas for 2020 and specifically licensing and how that fits in. So let us jump right in. This is kind of an exciting topic because a lot of people look at, passive income as their gateway to freedom, right? Once you monetize or once you start that passive income stream, then it kind of changes your life, changes your freedom, gives you the ability to earn more with less time. And so there's a lot of talk about also real estate properties, building a business and having somebody else run it. There's a lot of different ways to monetize or to create these passive income streams that everybody talks about. And, one of the things that there's a misconception, right, is they're not all completely passive, right? When you own a rental property, you have tenants, you have all of these different things that go along with it that you need to maintain to continue that stream of income, right? You need to maintain the property. You need to make sure that the tenants are, like the place that they stay in, that they're not trashing it, all these different things, taxes, making sure all the bills are kept up. And also, if you build a business and have somebody else run it, right, you're managing all these different aspects of that business and making sure that the parts and pieces are continuing to move forward to produce that income for you. And so getting to licensing and how that fits into the passivity scale, or how passive it is, and how it all works, right? And that's an important aspect of passive income ideas. When you're getting into them and you are getting into them for the purpose of passivity, you need to understand how they work. And so I will start off and say, inventing, licensing, it's not easy, right? It's not just like, I've got an idea, I send it out and I get a licensing deal. I mean, I've seen it happen that simply, but it's not the norm. And so if you have good ideas and you get them into companies and you license them, once you license them, they are pretty passive because the inventor's part or portion of getting the product into the market and into the hands of people that can take it to the next level, that's done on the front end, right? So there's a lot of work that goes into the front end, a lot of time, a lot of commitment. But once you get it licensed, it's very passive. There was one deal that I had signed, I think in like 2014-ish, and maybe 2013. But either way, I don't really do much, right? I communicate a little bit with the company, a couple of emails every year, and the royalty checks keep showing up. And then I have another deal where I'm a little bit more involved, and I'm in a couple marketing meetings a year, but really it is pretty passive. I just want you to know that the front end of it, though, is a little more difficult, a little bit more time committed to getting your product licensed, because not only do you have to learn and understand how to create the product, but you also have to learn how to get it into those companies, how to get it into the right people and make sure that they understand and are wanting to move forward with it. But once you learn those things, once you learn the monetization of it, it becomes very simple and it is very passive once you get to that point. And so on that scale of like rental properties, build a business and let other people run it, it is much more passive. But there's other factors that come into play that make it a little more difficult, where, rental properties, you can find a good property and buy it and then rent it out, right? It's been done over and over again. Build a business, I'd say, is probably a little bit more difficult because you've got to understand like what's going to be desired within a marketplace and then understand how to find the right people to run that business. But the difficulty or the hard part about the licensing component of it, or the licensing business model, is you've got to be able to come up with good products and you've got to be able to communicate them clearly. And if you can do those two things and work with people on moving it forward to getting a deal, then this is something that you can do. And so I really hope if you're looking for passive income ideas, you'll consider the licensing model, licensing inventions, because it is passive once you get to a certain point, but it does take that work on the front end, which, I don't mind. I actually enjoy it. It's a ton of fun. I hope you enjoyed that episode of License Your Invention with David Fedewa. I am your host, David Fedewa, and I'm always here to help you license your product. If you do want to get those passive income ideas or passive income products, subscribe now, and for more information, check out inventtribe.com to become a student. The next episode is all about the calling scripts. These are calling scripts that I'm going to start talking about that I use, my team uses to get in. These calling scripts have produced over $100,000 in royalties for me, and so I want to share with you a little bit about how they work and what they are. See you on the next episode.